To watch this video calling out FUM. If you don't know what that is, it's a YouTube sponsorship. It's like breathing air, like for when people say don't breathe vape, breathe air. It's a device made specifically to breathe fucking air. So I don't think we need to watch a video on why this could be a pointless product, but let's watch the video on why this is a pointless product. And no, I am not biased because I vape. No, I am definitely not biased.
Hello and welcome back to Just Another Vape Portrait, where we give an honest and humorous review of popular sponsorships and platforms. Today we're going to look at the Central Oil These videos are not sponsored, so it means a lot if you start hitting that like button and subscribe to the channel. FUM is a Canadian company that was started in 2018. The best way to describe what FUM is that...
Wait, did it come out that long ago? I feel like I've only seen people be sponsored by them for like maybe 2 years at the most.
It's an inhaler designed to use these flavor cores, which add flavor while inhaling air for the FUM. It's designed and marketed as a replacement towards addictive smoking and nicotine products like vapes and cigarettes. Addiction is a legitimately serious issue. It's a terrible disease that destroys the well-being for millions of people. And in the case of nicotine addiction, can lead to serious medical diseases.
Being addicted to nicotine sucks. Please never do it. I will never advocate for someone vaping for the first time or smoking for the first time. That being said, I just simply can't get enough of it, which is, you know, a problem. You know, I'm going to work on it at some point, and I have tried before. I will try harder eventually.
So it makes sense to try and capitalize on that by spending millions of dollars on advertising on every major social media, with commentary and drama channels in particular being some of the biggest sellers for FUM, which has made them become a pretty perfect contender for the series. Now, FUM isn't the only essential oil device in the market.
No, it's not.
Here and Monk also do the same concept, giving the experience
And Ripple,
taste of essential oils.
I think that's what it's called.
FUM prides itself on how much it does not use technology, any mechanical parts, or even vapor for that matter. Just a simple wooden and metal inhaler. Now, I'm a child of suburban Generation X parents, so of course I grew up with essential oils. Specifically, the brand doTERRA. Now, there's a whole debate about the legitimacy of essential oils as a product in general, which I won't go into too much for this video, but I will say for at least the doTERRA, they are very expensive, and so are selling practices.
What the hell?
Scheme. But I won't lie, they actually have some really good products, and I will say,
$80 for that little thing? 15 milliliters? Oh my gosh.
But I won't lie, they actually have some really good products, and I will say, they definitely smell nice. So essential oils is definitely an area I am very familiar with. But as for smoking and vaping, yeah, I have no experience with that. Haven't smoked anything tobacco, nicotine, or any illegal substance before. So I'm not really the target audience. But FUM is such an interesting and notable sponsorship. It's a very bold move to sell something that's marketed as a good habit. And they do also sell themselves as just a plain anxiety reliever. So it would feel like a missed opportunity if I did not cover FUM on the series. So let's get addicted.
You know the worst thing is? They try to make FUM like a thing that everybody who's addicted to nicotine should be using. But they make it cost like 5 or 6 disposable vapes worth of money put together. Like, literally, why? Why would you do that? Why is it so expensive? Because I was going to buy it a long time ago. But it's so damn expensive. I can't.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Just light already. Why isn't this working? Why aren't you lighting? I filled you up last night. Just light already. Come on. You said we're done. Why don't you work? Work. Work, please. Yes. Yes. Come on. I brought the wrong bag.
Talk about overdramatic.
Hello, officer. What seems to be the problem?
I don't know what was worse. The single cigarette I barely smoked, or the police brutality. But I think I have enough lung damage to be able to fairly review FUM. Anyway, the original FUM model was originally made out of an olive oil wood texture, but they revamped the design around 2022 with the Piranha model, having a maple wooden barrel with a stainless steel mouthpiece, then adding an additional model with the Solano variant, which is made out of a higher quality walnut and featuring an onyx black mouthpiece. Now, as for the packaging for these two models, since the Solano model was released later, they were able to update the packaging with a thinner box that has a slightly holographic finish to it, making it overall more appealing. But I kind of like the message on the back of the Piranha model box, which is written by the company's own CEO. The world's first diffusive device. Are you sure about that? Inside the box, you get the FUM itself, a cleaning kit, and this 30-day journey card. The FUM is a bit smaller than I was expecting, being around 4 1/8 inches, or about 10.5 centimeters. I personally like the mouthpiece on the Solano models more, but I think the overall look of the mouthpiece on the Piranha model is a lot more interesting with the shiny stainless steel. But both these barrels are not that great. The barrel on the Piranha model is really easy to get dirty, and the wood is just not the highest quality thing to feel. It's a bit too easy to get dents into it, as well as some debris over time. And I know it's maple wood, which is not the highest quality wood, but even the Solano model isn't the best thing either. In person, there's a weird haze that's covering it that makes it look printed on. It might be hard to show on camera, but it kind of makes it look fake, and I think there should be at least a better way to clean it. The cloth of the cleaning kit only really works for the mouthpiece, and these pipe cleaners are terrible. They're just a thinner version of those fuzzy sticks you see at schools, and the fuzz comes off really easily. I've inhaled some of the fuzz while using the FUM, so it does the exact opposite effect that it's supposed to do.
Bro, this thing seems horrible.
They also
And the fact that it's so expensive is even worse.
mentioned throughout a lot of ad reads is that the FUM can be used as a fidget toy, and as a fidget toy, it's a bit mediocre. The barrel moves a little too fast for my liking, And because the adjuster is at the bottom, it means you can't do a full rotation without stopping. It makes it less satisfying to use. It is easier to do with both hands, but it feels a little too quick for me. It feels like they just noticed how often the barrel spins and decided to market it as a feature rather than a design kink. But this 30-day journey tracker is interesting. It's used to help keep track of your progress while quitting, which at the end, you get a special reward if you send a picture of yourself completing the challenge. Now, I don't really want to wait a whole month, but I do like free gifts. So... Okay, while I'm recording the voiceover for this, I haven't sent in the photos in just yet, so I'm just gonna guess it's probably gonna be free flavor cores. I'll double check while editing. Here's the image right now if I got one. But speaking of those flavor cores, there are about 9 flavors that FUM offers.
Bro got a 15% off? They couldn't even give him anything worthwhile.
Those being orange vanilla, raspberry lemon, white cranberry, cinnamon hearts, sparkling grapefruit, black licorice, maple pepper, crisp mint, and the spearmint ice. All the flavors are trying to replicate an existing nicotine product, with most trying to resemble fruity vape flavors, with some of the latter ones, however, trying to recreate traditional tobacco and menthol cigarettes. They come in these tiny resealable bags, which include 3 cores in them, costing about $10 per bag, which is meh. On the back, it states that these flavors can last about 3 days before fading away, so each bag can at least last for 9 days. And comparing to something like cigarettes, which keep going up in price, and some people can smoke an entire pack per day, it's definitely better price compared to that. But the flavor cores are just not worth $10. I can see how someone who vapes can be turned off by that price, with something like a geek only costing $16. Now, sure,
Exactly.
they are made out of essential oils, and they don't have any deadly chemicals that vapes and cigarettes have, like nicotine, benzene, formaldehyde, cadmium, crolion, carbon monoxide, ammonia,
Cadmium?
propylene glycol. But I do think they should cost around $5 to $6, maybe $7 at the most. I would say it's very much a razor blade situation here, if it wasn't for the fact that the actual FUM almost cost $70, and that's just for the Prominent model. The Sonata model is almost $100.
Exactly.
These models are not worth their price tag. This does not look like a product that should cost almost $100. And actually having it in
That's what I'm fucking saying, bro.
I think for at least the Prominent model, it should be around $30 to $40. I think that's a way fair price.
I'm sorry, but can this man please learn how to say the word prominent? It's been bugging me this whole time.
$70. But they do have the base, which magnetically connects to the FUM, so it has a nice little stand to place it on. It's a bit smaller than I was expecting, and it's a little tricky to use with the FUM itself. You have to position it just right, or it can knock off really easily. But it's a great stand for nail clippers, and it's quite heavy and well made. It's actually a pretty neat accessory. Is it almost $30 neat? No, but it's still pretty neat. Let's cut to the chase already. How's the actual experience inhaling the flavor cores? This is FUM. Let's go. Okay, I just want to give a disclaimer before I go on a huge rant about these flavors. As a reminder, I do not smoke, so I am not used to inhaling strong flavors. So please take this next section with an ounce of tobacco and know that I'm a novice reviewing these flavors as I taste them while they're inhaling, because oh my gosh, this was intense! Yeah, when opening a new pack, the cores are just covered in essential oils, which I understand is to make sure they last longer, but it doesn't help with oils like mint and peppermint get on your skin.
I don't like how it's just bright red. Oh, it burns my skin. Oh, fuck.
It probably wasn't the wisest decision to pick oils that could give a burning sensation to some people's skin, but because of that, it also burns the tip of your lip and tongue when inhaling a fresh core, which is not the most pleasant experience. Now, as for the actual taste of each flavor, well, this is definitely a flavor lineup, I'll say. The crisp mint lives up to its name because the mint was rampant throughout my whole mouth. It reminded me of doTERRA's Deep Blue Lotion when I first tried it out.
I really want to try this, but like, if they're gonna get me to try it, they need to significantly lower the price for this stuff. Because there's no way it should cost this much.
And
They're doing tobacco tax, but without being tobacco. Like, what? How?
the flavor that burns the most. It gets more tolerable the longer you use it for, but it's such an intense flavor with a very, very, very strong after breath. The sparkling grapefruit was like inhaling air from a nail salon or department store with the aroma of perfume and makeup. For being made out of essential oils, it tasted the most artificial. I don't know why of all the candies available to pick, why would you make one out of the most divisive one out of them all?
Like normal black licorice.
I fucking love black licorice, so I would love this. I didn't even know this flavor existed.
Kill this man. Come on. Why does it look like the packaging? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I will say, it's not the worst one. Oh, no, never mind. Like, out of all the candies to make, why would you do black licorice? There's probably a reason for it. I look it up in editing, but damn, that's not good.
The cinnamon hearts gave the essence of Christmas, probably due to having peppermint inside of it, but the cinnamon had some real spice to it, and combine that with the lip burning, it was not the most fun feeling to have in my mouth. The orange vanilla was actually pretty decent, at least compared to the previous flavors. It has a nice zesty orange peel flavor to it.
Better than the mint, I'll give it that. It's more just orange with like a slight vanilla-ness. Like it's orange. They could have just called it orange and it would have been fine.
But it has a really bloating aftertaste that led me to start coughing a few times. When I found out there was a raspberry lemon flavor, I got flashbacks to another Airways product. So I wasn't the most pumped to try this one out.
It looks like a pool noodle.
Now it is better than the Air Up flavor, but still a bit intolerable. There's only a hint of lemon towards the back of your tongue, with the raspberry being a little too spicy towards the roof of your mouth, which gives a really unpleasant experience while inhaling, which did not lead to a really good first impression.
Why would you make essential oils the
What the hell is going on?
I'm gonna oh, it burns my skin. It's all like fucking skin, man. Fuck, I had to get someone to wipe it down. Oh, fuck.
The best flavor cores were the maple pepper and the white cranberry. I still wouldn't call them great, but they were definitely more tolerable than the rest. The white cranberry has a really nice sweetness to it, but it does have a dry berry aftertaste that sours the longer you use it. And the maple pepper starts off with a strong burnt wood flavor, which can be a bit overbearing. However, it does smooth out very nicely with a pretty sweet flavor. But for some reason, when I inhale this flavor, it reminds me of a public pool. That's probably just a me thing, but it's important to note. The final flavor is the spearmint ice, which I thought was better than the crisp mint, but I do think it was not warranted that there should be 2 mint flavors.
This one has a stronger aftertaste than this, so I guess it's technically worse. But they're so similar, man. They burn your mouth and lungs. Oh, God. We're done. We're done with this shit.
I will say, on a positive light, I think all the flavors inhale better when the strength begins to weaken over time, with something like the mint flavors becoming way more bearable. And for me at least, the flavor course lasted closer to 4 days rather than the 3 labeled in the packaging. Still not a great flavor lineup, but one that's slightly more tolerable. Slightly. Now, there's a whole online debate about the health risks of inhaling essential oils, one concern being people getting negative reactions from certain oils, with even FUM themselves saying how some oils could possibly not be the safest for certain types of people. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this conversation. I don't think I have the right qualifications for that. But I will say, based off my personal experience with the FUM, wow, these oils just go for your entire body.
Oh, my lungs. Oh, lungs hurt. It goes for like your chest. I thought it was just gonna be like going for your mouth, but like, it goes for your whole chest, man.
I could feel flavors like the black licorice and the sparkling grapefruit just linger in my lungs for a little bit. And when I first tried out the crisp mint, I could just feel it in my ears.
Oh, it's in my ears! Oh, you just feel mint in my ears! Holy shit, that's strong! Like every part of my head just became mint. It goes in your ears. I was not expecting it to go inside your ears, man. What the fuck?
Even after a few days and the flavors decreasing in intensity, after inhaling for a few minutes, I started to become a little bit more lightheaded. I don't know if that was the fumes fault or just not me exhaling correctly, but it did feel a little bit nauseous after a point. Not to a point that made me ill, but it did make me a little exhausted. Now, I'm not saying fume will make you automatically go sick. This is just my experience with it, or that essential oils are bad for everybody to inhale. There's just not enough research on the subject yet, or that it's even worse than smoking real nicotine products. I would bet 100% that inhaling essential oils is much better than inhaling whatever I can't even pronounce that correctly. What the heck? But if you know or are very nervous about the safety of your lungs,
What, you don't fuck with propylene glycol?
Flavors, in fact,
The same shit that's in lavatory systems in airplanes that you put in your vape to, you know, make vapor. You don't fuck with that? I bet y'all didn't know that. That shit that you piss and shit on a plane, the liquid, like the blue liquid that's in it, that's the same type of liquid that's in your vapes. That fucked me up when I learned that shit.
Now, I don't think FUM is a good product. However, I feel a little dishonest reviewing it. As someone who doesn't smoke, I don't know anything about the culture of nicotine products, so I'm not really the target audience. So I decided to ask some real smokers I know for their opinion, and I was actually a little shocked on what they said. Most people who tried it out said it was a pretty alright attempt at a vape replacement. Most people said it did a really good job at satisfying the physical action of hitting a vape, and apparently it does a really good job at recreating the burning sensation in your throat. But the most common complaint was surprisingly the lack of vapor or smoke. Apparently, that's actually a big reason why people like the vape, seeing that big puff of smoke coming out. So people who like that, they said it was a little bit jarring not seeing it. But a few people who tried it out said they would actually consider it as an option if they ever wanted to quit smoking. And
If they ever wanted to.
opinions, there were a lot of people who were able to quit because of FUM, but the sentence online is that this is a product that will not magically make someone quit, like how some ad reads will sometimes describe it as. It's more of a tool to help through a difficult path of quitting.
Like, can you make O-rings when you exhale with FUM? I don't think so, because there's no vapor. No, I'm kidding. I'm trolling.
Most of the energy has to come from the user itself, not the FUM. The FUM itself is just there for the physical action of hitting a vapor cigarette. So in short, this is not a product that's going to make you quit. This is a product that could help if you want to quit. If anybody's watching this who struggles with nicotine addiction and you think the FUM is the best way to finally stop, by all means, go ahead. Your health is more important than my silly complaints.
It looks like a flute!
Just know that you're probably paying more for the marketing than the FUM itself, and the flavors are not that good. Honestly, if you don't really care about the flavors and just need something physical to suck on, the FUM itself, without the cores, works pretty well, which says a lot about how good the flavors are. FUM is not a great product, but it does work for some people, and it is nowhere near as bad as real cigarettes or vapes.
Holy shit! That was way worse than the FUM!
Now, would I recommend FUM to people in the general public who do not smoke cigarettes or vape? No! Yeah, besides
No,
people who
absolutely
want to
not.
quit, this is a product you should not buy. Every item should be at least 40% cheaper. Most of the flavors are just flat out bad, and the possibility of health issues from inhaling essential oils is just not really worth it. Even the people who I asked who liked it said it was just not worth the price tag. If it wasn't for the people actually being able to use this to ditch smoking and vaping, there's a chance I would put this right below Air Up, but I would say the lowest D tier, on the border of D tier. A product that could work for some
Wait.
The rest is just...
What is this list, bro? For people who like protein powder and eating protein foods a lot, Magic Spoon is great. I don't care what you say, Magic Spoon. I tried it from Costco. That shit is so good. That's such a good cereal. And it's good for you. It's just great. Factor, I've been sponsored by them a lot. Which, you know, doesn't have anything to do with what I'm about to say. Could I have made that any less convincing? Anyways, no, I've used it a lot and I love their food. It's the price is really high. But the food's good. It's easy to use. In Displate, I have no dog in that race. Personally.
unnecessary and
I want to get a Displate at some point. Don't get me wrong. I really like those posters and the way they look. I just haven't had the time or money to get one.
I wasted $85 on the smoke machine, so I kind of want to get my money's worth.
You lousy smoking prick! You're trying to ruin this respectful community! You're quite literally a scumbag!
I'm sorry! It was a mistake! It was just my YouTube channel!
Oh. So you're one of those Dominican Minecraft YouTubers, huh? Like Will Bend Over, Lion Cupcaker Studios, and Skydust beat his wife! I'm gonna send your butt to the nether realm, you creeper!
Anyway, that's gonna be the end of this YouTube video. If you love this YouTube video, please hit the love button. I'm kidding. Hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.